My name is Angela Singer and I am an artist. This is my 40th birthday and it is an exhibit of my art. It's called Thresholds of Discovery and it's a love letter to everyone's infinite becoming. We're never stuck, we're never solid, we're forever moving and growing. And that's what this art is. A few years ago, I decided, it was a decision, that it was time for me to pick up my art practice again. And I can remember growing up, 5, 6 years old, I would always experiment and play, really, with different materials. And so getting back into the art practice, I felt a little overwhelmed and I didn't know what to start with. And eventually I just picked up a black felt tip pen and I had paper and I started drawing. But what came out was something that I had never done before. It was just these really simple lines. It's essentially line art. A friend called them hieroglyphs almost. And from that point, I decided it was time to branch out again. And so I had never explored watercolor before. In the past, I had worked with acrylic paints. So I picked up a simple travel watercolor kit and I would just paint these really simple, abstract shapes. And I realized a lot of it had to do with a lot of these natural elements in my backyard or in my neighborhood or in the mountains in Los Angeles where I am. And it, again, helped me to feel that I was in something. I was in a specific emotion that I felt, but then I started sharing it with some people. I started sharing it with my friends, and they were actually feeling what I was feeling when I was creating it. And then I knew it was time to go to the next step. So I decided to experiment with acrylics. But this time, instead of painting, which I had done before with brushes, I explored acrylic inks. And I started just pouring this paint on the canvas. And again, it became this flowing meditative practice that evolved over time. But slowly and surely, again, I was able to rest in that experience, in that energy. As I was pouring this ink, I had a lot of time to think. So I would just start journaling. What is this piece about? What am I feeling as I'm creating it? And as the layers would dry, I just instinctively, again, where it began, I started painting lines and symbols. And so some of the paintings that are in this collection have both together, the beginning line art and then also the more fluid flow of these acrylic inks that are similar to watercolor, but a little different. This piece is called The Listening Field, and this one came together because I was really curious about myself of what am I actually attuned to? What am I listening to? This was the last painting that I did. It's called Threshold of Joy, and I was called to more color. I was called to this boldness as this statement within myself and to share with other people that sometimes, as beautiful as these natural colors and pigments are, sometimes thresholds just call for a bold, bold statement. And it makes you feel something different. As my art practice evolves and as I experiment with different techniques and mediums, what I'm gonna keep coming back to and what really centers me is the importance of experimentation, that it never ends, that this is the beginning. And from this place of not really knowing what's going to unfold, trusting that.